Asylum Podcast. Broadcasting from the Asylum Studio in the 585. People are calling you crazy. You're on the right path. The Asylum Podcast. Welcome to the Asylum Podcast.
Welcome to the Asylum Podcast, the most prolific podcast in the world. And as always, I am your humble host, Joaquin Figueroa.
Yes.
Today, I am blessed in the studio to have these two young ladies. You've seen them all over Instagram. Their products are all over the place. They're marketing their fitness. They're keeping everyone in Rochester fit. It's the ladies of EE Fitness.
Woo! Yes. Shout out to the EE community.
Shout out to the EE community, which is vast. It's a big community. Everyone is rocking their stuff. Everyone is getting the workouts in, eating their food. They have everything covered.
It's growing.
It's
growing.
Yes. Yeah, but you have a very strong following, I can tell. Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing to see because you may not remember, but I remember way back years ago, I was I first was introduced to you ladies through Landy.
Our brother-in-law.
Yeah. You did a photo shoot for some clothing. My brother was a part of
Elegant
that.
attire.
Yep. So I was like, oh, okay. You rarely see twins in general,
right.
So like you stuck out.
That always strikes out to people.
Yeah. Right, because you don't really see them like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So twins, and then you obviously it seems like you started like in fashion. How did you work your way into fitness, or has fitness always been a part of it? Were you thinking about fashion is my thing? Because right now it seems like both worlds have mixed.
You know what's so crazy? I never really thought about the fashion part of it because we've always been focused on fitness. Mm-hmm. And then obviously since we were so into it, we got into the fashion part about it. Mm-hmm. But we've always loved dressing up. And today we're wearing our fitness clothes, but we kind of dressed it up a little bit. Yeah. So, It just always blended. It blended. Yeah. It just happened. But fitness was always first. Yeah. Fitness was always first. Mm-hmm. And then obviously we wanted clothes to make us feel confident, make us feel who we are as persons at the gym.
That's huge. I think most people, at least, and I don't know too much outside of Rochester and whatnot, but a lot of people in Rochester kind of neglect the fitness stuff. When it comes to clothing, it's your usual stuff, right? Like a hoodie, something like that. And I remember, I think we talked before because I wanted to interview you ladies way back when
our first collection dropped.
Right. And it just seems like you're taking it very serious. Because even right now, I'm wearing your hoodie, and it is so comfortable. It's such a soft material. Yeah. It's great. I'm a little bigger now, so it's I felt like, oh, will it fit? Is it gonna be that athletic?
No, we made sure it was oversized.
It was great.
Yeah, we made sure the shoulders were drop shoulders so they can have just a looser look to them. Yeah, just something to throw on. And the women love it too, so it worked for both ways.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I put this on. I was like, oh, should I just give this to my girl? But it may not fit. It may be too oversized for her. But no, it's definitely great quality. So that was another question that I wanted to ask you, because business people in general, right? Entrepreneurs. One thing that everyone's trying to jump into it, especially with Instagram and Facebook and all of that. You guys seem to take the branding serious. Mm-hmm. And it's not something that people don't really think about that, right? The materials, the logo.
Oh my God, yeah.
Everything plays a major part in success. And for me, when I'm thinking of a logo or something like that, I'm
overthinking it.
When this blows up, will this stand next to something that's a bigger brand right now? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how I thought. Is that kind of how you think when you come up with your stuff?
We try to go for something more just bold and straight to the point. Ideally, your logo evolves too.
within time. So we just look for something that we went with the new EE because we had a different EE that was like flipped. It was like an E and it had it like frontward and backwards.
Which is similar to that. It was just more solid.
It was more solid. We switched it to that logo because ideally that could go on a men's hoodie or like some on different articles of clothing. The first brand, like the first logo we came out with, it had like fitness under it. That's not really transferable to different pieces. Like you wouldn't want to put that on everything. A hoodie or like on the side of a sleeve. That logo is a little bit more transferable. So we know that.
So, but when it comes to branding though, like let's say like we want to make sure everything looks clean, everything looks presentable. Even our studio, like we don't have a lot of equipment in there, but it's what we need. And kind of like a minimalist idea when it comes to our branding and everything else. We have a great team too that helps us with that. We do most of the promoting and things like that, but there's a lot of people behind us who help us with the media and things like that. So.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. So you have like a whole team.
Definitely.
It's always like a team
aspect.
It takes a team.
Yeah,
it takes a team.
Do you have a team or would you say it's like all you?
Oh, it's all you.
No, it's for the most part it's all me.
Yeah.
At first I had a friend of mine who's into videography and things like that. And he helped me out, so he did a couple videos, and that kind of like pushed me into
getting into
videos. And then when he couldn't help me anymore, he probably did a few like little promos.
Yeah.
Then when he couldn't help me anymore, I was like, well, now I have to figure this out because I can't take a step back.
Exactly.
You know?
Right.
So a team definitely helps when it comes to like social media presence, like just keeping stuff coming out.
Definitely.
It's tough.
Consistency is tough. Yeah, but that's major key for Instagram, for social media,
for everything.
And I can already tell because I can tell that like you have a good team behind you. Because like with me, like I'm older, like I have a family, I'm the only person, I have to come up with videos. Luckily I started a second podcast where I involve a couple of my friends and they kind of took that one.
Good.
But this is all me. The space was all little by little. That's the one good thing that came out of COVID is I had time.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of good things came out of COVID.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And I wanted to touch on that with you guys too, because I think like everyone in the world right now is thinking about the negative stuff that has come from COVID.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously there are a lot of very bad things that have come. However, like my last episode, I started talking about like patting yourself on the back, giving you your flowers while you are awake. Like everybody talks about giving somebody else flowers.
Definitely.
Give yourself your flowers. So just like, and I can tell you guys grew in that time.
Yeah,
while
definitely.
while certain things like people are looking at it in a negative way, you obviously saw it as an opportunity to kind of just move forward.
It kind of created our biggest opportunity, to be honest.
Definitely. Yeah.
Really?
We noticed how nothing's stagnant. You know what I mean? Just like people were losing jobs. Everything didn't seem permanent. You know what I mean? So we were like, we need to focus on something that's going to be standing when everything else seems like it's failing. And, you know, we didn't want to depend on anything or anybody else. We wanted something that was going to just be ours. So that's when we decided to open our studio and just create this world for everyone to be a part of.
Okay. And yeah, you were touching on that. They brought me some gifts, so you know, I have to show that. So they have like a number of things at their studio. Obviously, they do personal training. They they have clothing that they offer at the studio. So definitely take advantage of that.
Yes.
Also, they do some cold pressed juices like fresh. And
we sell them, but they're from Whitney's Naturals.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, a lot of people that follow us, they know who Whitney is, and we make sure we like broadcast that through our studio too.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So if you want some of this cold pressed juice, go by their studio.
It's so good,
freshly made every week for you to come and pick them up.
Yes,
those were actually just made for him.
Yeah,
yes.
those were freshly just.
So appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna tear these up.
Yeah.
Because I love stuff like that. Fresh juice. It's just like
It gives you
just
life.
refreshing. It really is. They have a number of different things from leggings to hoodies and everything like that. So so take advantage.
Come through.
Yep. And the studio is at 811 Ridge Road in Webster.
Yes.
That was an interesting choice. I saw when you guys had a studio. However, in the town of Webster, it is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
It wasn't it kind of just happened.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so ideally, if you think about business, you want to find something that's going to give you a good rate for what you're paying for.
Of course.
Webster gave us a good rate per square foot, so we went with it. We have clientele all around the city, so we figured no matter what, wherever we would go, they'll follow. Hopefully, that's exactly what happened.
That's great.
I don't think we have clients who actually live in Webster.
No,
to be honest,
I have one. And she lives in Webster, and I just started with her. But yeah, majority of our clientele, they come from the city.
Yeah,
That's why definitely we do want to
eventually get a space
venture out to
downtown
the
or
city
something
or
in the city,
something.
but
For right now, we're good where we are.
Yeah,
It was
and-
parking's perfect there, kind
Yeah.
of, but it's just convenient.
I mean, sometimes you just have to go, wherever it makes sense.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, at
And
the
in this
time.
case, as long as you have a following, like you said, they're going to see
Yeah.
you. They see the value in you and what your brand represents and what you have to offer that would improve their lives.
Yeah.
exactly.
So at that point, people will come to see you anywhere. Now, not only that, but I think it's also another opportunity because you have, once things start to expand a little bit more, you have that place in Webster. You have a whole audience possibly in Webster or clientele
Right.
that had no other options. Whereas in the city of Rochester, it can be a little crowded.
Yeah, definitely.
I know a lot of people in the fitness space, and that's what they do. They're opening up shops and everything like that. So it just gets a little I know a couple people. Who do I want to help out right now and go to right now?
Yeah.
So I think it's actually an advantage that
Definitely.
you're
I never
in the
thought of it
town
that
of
way.
Webster.
Yeah.
Whereas a whole lot of you have the opportunity to introduce a whole other town,
a different community.
Yep,
Yeah.
and to the brand, to the name, to to your services. So
Right.
I would throw a lot of my money into promoting into the town of Webster because you are what it is out there. You know what I mean? So
You're right.
that's just my thought.
Yeah. It's just at the moment right now, we're booked.
Oh yeah,
Which is a blessing, but that's definitely something we should look into, maybe further in the year.
of
putting more
course.
money into
when
Webster.
things expand.
Exactly.
And they will. And
Yeah.
they will. So, just take advantage of all of that. And it's just an outside view. I was like, oh, it's in Webster. That's interesting.
Right.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Right.
We just always looked at it like we wanted to serve our community. We grew up in the city, so we always wanted to just attract people from where we grew up. And because people in Webster, they have options as well too. Though they have Orange Theory, they're used to having those private studios more so. But you are right, in the city they are starting to expand and have a lot more options there too.
So let's dive into that too, because that's another thing that I like to let my listeners know. What part of the city are you from?
The East Side.
The East Side?
Yeah.
Right. So give me a little bit of insight on your upbringing, because for me, it's especially in a city like Rochester, right? In the inner city, because I also grew up on the East Side. It almost feels like there's not a whole lot of opportunity for us, right? And a lot of people are stuck in that mindset. It's you know what? This is my life. This is gonna be my life when I die.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, and that's just what they stick to. So it's kind of cool to see you ladies grew up in similar areas I did, actually think much bigger than what we were exposed to. So how did that come about?
I feel like we had no option.
I think we were never comfortable, and I think that comes from our mother in a sense. We've always seen her work so hard, and she was a single mother. We didn't have a full family, so it was literally just us and my mom, and she just showed us that there's no reason to quit. Just keep going, no matter.
excuses to not be happy. You can do exactly what you want to do.
People had it different, growing up. Some people had it better than us. And we just continued to see our mom keep striving for more. And then without having to depend on anybody at that point. at any point, actually. So then we were like, okay, well, we can't settle either. So we just continue to keep growing. And I think we do it for her as well. You know, we do it so she could be more, you know, proud of us, and we never want to let her down.
Yeah. Right. Of course. I have like, all of my siblings are into so many different things and different aspects, but I just remember like, growing up, like I like that your mother was the driving force in the way that you think, right?
Yeah, all the way.
Like my family, and it's not a knock on them, but my family were just like let's just call it the family business, right? It's just like you get into the family business, and then that's pretty much the way out. And I was similar to you ladies, where it just never felt like that's what I was meant to do, you know, or who I was meant to be. And it felt like it was very strange for me. Yeah. So I didn't follow that path. And I spent a long time trying to figure out, like, who the hell
am I?
Who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? Because a lot of the personalities that I grew up with were, you know, that same type of mentality, that same thought. And that's what they did. And it never felt right to me. So it was cool that you were able to, like, beat those odds and still think much, much bigger.
Yeah. There was a transition phase, though. It took us a little while to figure out exactly what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, we were always into fitness, but we didn't know exactly where to go with it.
Right.
There were like a few options.
Like,
yeah. And then obviously it's like, oh, shoot, we're doing exactly everything we wanted to do. Sell clothes, do fitness, eventually grow into other things as well.
Yeah.
That's great. So you never really were into the fashion industry. It was just
so
by chance that you were like doing that a little bit.
We modeled quite a bit, I guess, growing up, because we were twins, and, you know, people wanted us to model, and we enjoyed it. Fashion, like I said, we just liked dressing up. We just love, like, sometimes, I guess, like now it's like we train all the time. We're always dressing up. But when we have the opportunity, we do enjoy dressing up. So it was never something we were like, oh, we're gonna open up a big clothing store, or we want to be the biggest like fashion designers or anything of that sort. But now where we're at now, we're like, oh, okay, well, we definitely need to push this, because we enjoy giving, you know, making women feel comfortable. You know, and I feel like our clothes express that. We want clothes that are comfortable no matter what you're doing. Like I said, we're dressed up in our clothes right now, but you can also dress down with it, with the leggings, and go to the gym and put your hoodie on, or just lounge around the house with the clothes on. It's meant for everything. So that's what we enjoy, you know, giving to the people that buy from us.
Okay.
So we don't want to stop doing that. I feel like it's something definitely we're going to continue to push.
I think I think it's definitely smart to do that. It's definitely, especially like now with Instagram, TikTok, like all social media. It's not real, no.
I just wanted to touch it.
With TikTok, social media, all that stuff, like it's like, so I don't want to say easy. I don't want to say easy to promote your stuff, because it really isn't. It takes a lot of effort, but it's an opportunity to get your stuff further than the neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
You know what
There's
I mean?
tons of opportunities now. There's no excuses.
None whatsoever. And then you took it the step further, and like you said, it's like material. It's it's almost like a lot of people go. I don't know what like your process is for like picking out your clothes and like, and you know, and like actually take us through that if you can. Whatever you can share, because most people kind of go to a place that sells wholesale and then they just kind of slap their logo on it. It doesn't seem like that's what you guys are doing.
We didn't want it to be. We definitely do wholesale because of the amount that we purchase, but we didn't want it to look like something that you could just find elsewhere.
Right.
And I think what we keep in mind when we're looking for our pieces is what we want to wear, what we know we'll feel comfortable in, we'll feel sexy in, we'll feel like we want to put it on.
Okay.
And then we go from there. It's not always easy. We almost sometimes have to settle for what's available, but we make it work.
we came up with the design of the hoodie, and we came up with the design of the leggings. We came up with the design of the bra, and then they printed it on for us. They did everything for us.
We picked the colors too.
We picked the exact colors.
There probably isn't another like fitness line that
has these exact colors,
like that exact color.
They're very
like the
nice.
3 colors, yeah,
like the earth tones kind of thing. I like that. Yeah, because you'll see like a lot of bolder, bright colors. Like when it comes to fitness stuff.
Yeah. We don't like that. So.
Yeah, it's not always a good look.
No,
yeah, not all the time. Yeah,
you know,
we wanted to do something where you could wear all year round.
Every day.
Doesn't matter what season it is. You could just still throw it on.
So basically what we do is we reach out to specific vendors that we've probably worked with in the past, and then we kind of tell them what we want. They make up samples for us. They send it over to us. We approve it or we not approve it. We tell them what adjustments that need to be made, and then as soon as the final concept comes out is when we invest into the product, and then they send it to us. This was our biggest shipment, so it took a while. We actually had samples for a few months, and we
took us a while.
Yeah, we released the samples and showed people what was to come, and then COVID obviously delayed the process, and then thankfully it came right on time. I think it came like the first week of January, so now it's flying. And we're so excited about it.
And we still have more.
Yeah, our first week we did really good. Our first week, we got into our second week, and we did a sip and shop just this weekend. And now, there's more to come. So, and it's still available. So if you want to come and shop, you can shop online or at the studio.
Let them know what's your website.
It's honestly, it's so sad. I don't know it by heart. I just click on it. Whitney, what is it? It's eefitness.com.
eefitness.com.
Yeah. Obviously, we haven't mastered that part yet.
That's okay.
We literally do the training and everything else.
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
And you know, I must say though that I did get the hoodie and I put it on, and I was definitely like very impressed on the materials. It's obvious that they handpicked like these items. It's not like your typical Gildan hoodie
Please
that
tell
just
them.
gets a print.
That's not what it is.
It really is not. It's super comfortable. It's
super
like lightweight.
soft.
It's soft. It's great material. So I definitely recommend copping that because it's worth it for sure. So I always like to throw in like some random stupid little questions, but before we get into the real question, if you had any superpower, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Be at different places at one time, like
be a ultimate multitasker.
Even though I have a twin, but I just wish that I could just do more at like any given time.
What would you do with that power?
Like all those places?
Yeah.
I'll be in different time zones, different area codes. I don't know. Just being able to do more. I feel like there's definitely not enough hours in a day. Right now at the moment, like we're consuming a lot of our time in the studio. If I could be like on vacation half the time, that would be nice too.
To kind of ease the mind at the same time while you're working.
Just balance. Yeah. That would be key to balance.
Yeah.
Just being everywhere.
Yeah.
At the same time.
What would my superpower be?
Probably read people's minds.
I was just gonna say like be invisible so I can know how people really feel about me, or like not only me but just like how people really are in a sense.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I hate wondering. I want to know.
I used to want that power, like not necessarily, but like being able to like hear people's minds.
Yeah.
I don't think I want that anymore.
That would drive me
social
nuts.
media.
Right. Oh my God. Like I don't want to hear what's on your mind.
Yeah, it's like shut up sometimes.
I don't want. It would be scary to know what people are thinking, because like especially like this past year has been a huge eye opener on what people think, like when they think that they're hiding behind a you know what I mean, like a screen, and it's.
Well, maybe be invisible without hearing might be better.
Just like watching
what
they do.
See their actions. Yeah.
Be a bug on the wall.
Yeah.
Just like a little bug on the wall. I don't even know what they're talking about.
What about you?
What superpower would I have?
Because I know you asked this question frequently, so you probably went through your phases with this answer.
I honestly, it changes because depending on like my situation currently in life, I would probably want the ability to just like almost kind of like what you want, like to split myself. I just don't want to split myself because I don't know how that would affect me actually intaking certain memories. But I would want to like jump from area to area. I want to teleport. I don't need a car. I don't
yes.
need that. I just
Teleport.
want to.
That's
Like
a good
right
one.
now, oh, we're done. Okay, all right.
Okay,
I'll see you
gotta
guys next time.
go.
Boom, and then I'm just appear wherever I gotta go.
Yeah.
because that is a time saver. You know
for
how much
real.
time we spend in a car.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
Or like if there's like a superpower where you could just like get ready like really quick.
yeah, just
Cause I hate
There you
getting
go.
ready. Like it takes so long
Right.
sometimes. Like I could take a nap and then wake up the way I want to wake up. And
What
then
was that
just
movie,
go.
Clueless? And she had like the little
the
option,
button.
the
is
button
just
to like switch her.
spinning.
Oh, that I need that.
Yeah,
Longer naps, longer sleep
Oh my
time.
god, that would be nice. I have kids. I don't know what naps are anymore.
Yo,
Aw.
man.
So that's
Yeah,
what it's
those are-
like.
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
We have
I
a
don't know if I
dog
want to
and
give
it's
that
kind
up
of the
yet.
same.
You don't know whether you're gonna sleep right that
That
night,
night.
or you're definitely not gonna be able to pick it up the next morning
No.
unless they take a nap.
Yeah.
And Lord knows how long that's gonna be for.
Right.
Yeah, so think about all that stuff while you're young and you know what I mean. Like,
Oh, we've thought it through.
We just got a dog and it's really like
oh yeah,
But he sleeps with us. If we want to take a nap, he'll take a nap.
right.
And
Dogs
he
are a
sleeps
little
through the
different.
night. Yeah.
People kind of frown when you leave your kid in a cage at home and you go do what you
we
gotta
don't
do
even
for
leave him in a cage. It's really bad.
No?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Oh,
He has
he's
separation
living the life
anxiety.
then.
He is.
He's living the life. That's awesome. You should have brought him through.
I wanted to, but he would have distracted
embarrassed
us.
us.
Oh,
He
see.
would have been pulling your camera cords. Whitney would have been stressed back here. It would have been bad.
We would have closed the door. We would have figured something out. We would
Yeah.
have got him.
That whole camera would have tilted over, and then we would have to bring it back up. Like, hey, sorry, room messed up this whole room.
That's all right. We've seen a lot worse. So trust me when I tell you, like, this one is, knock on wood, going through pretty smoothly. I've had the ones that did
Nice.
not,
Oof.
and yeah, those are hard to come back from. But it's okay. So that is a little glimpse into parenthood. A little glimpse.
Okay.
However,
Well, I don't want it then. Not
yeah,
yet.
Small.
I'm not
small
ready.
glimpse. Because when you see a little face that looks
Oh
like
my
you,
god.
you
I
tend
can't
to
imagine.
spoil them,
Yeah.
and let me tell you, that's it right there.
That's-
Now you let them sleep with mommy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're 2-3 years old and don't want to sleep by themselves.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Damn.
Those are like
it's,
permanent things you can't change, right?
Right.
It's like I would overthink it. Like, oh my God, like I'm raising this human being. Everything that I do is going to impact his life.
Yeah.
right.
So
Yeah, I
let me
have
be
3.
careful as to what I tell him, what I do around him. And then I'll be like, whatever, I'm stressed. I'm just going to do it, whatever.
Right.
Whatever I
No,
want.
you trust me, you figure it out, and you ladies are driven, so I wouldn't recommend it at this point of your lives for sure. However, for me, when I was younger, I wasn't as driven as you ladies, right? I wasn't really doing much with my life until my daughter was born. At that point, I was like, I should probably really do something, but what the hell is that?
Yeah.
So I had gotten into fitness and everything, so
Nice.
that kind of put me in the space that I needed to be to get my mind where I needed to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
So for some people, that is the driving force that enables them to be a little bit more thoughtful on how their life impacts others.
Yes.
Yeah. Their purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that was mine. But definitely, like, sometimes I look back at it and go, man, if I had one at 20, he would probably be about 17 right now.
And it'd be a lot
I could
easier,
still
probably.
do what I gotta do, whatever. But yeah, but anyway. But no, so my next question is, where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
We'll be
10 years.
36.
10 years from now. It's a long time.
It is a
it's
long
a long
time.
time, and a lot of things can happen. But where do you envision yourself, at that point, like in life,
Yeah.
as far as business, whatever it may be?
Do you want to?
So, it'll definitely be bringing our brand to that time frame of our life, right? So we're younger right now, 26. We're training clients. We're doing everything we can to serve the community. We would love to still serve the community, but probably in a different way.
Yeah. Definitely something more like.
Therapeutic.
Yeah.
We're thinking more of like a clubhouse kind of setting where
Okay.
Yeah.
women would come, like some sort of retreat where
That's definitely
women would
something we wanna
come,
go
feel
to.
empowered to be active, to do healthy things for themselves, you know, maybe a spa, maybe a massage therapist, like that kind of vibe.
Just like own some land and just have a hub for women. Even men can come too.
Yeah, definitely.
And just something where people could just relax and just do whatever they want to do. And with our brand, like, you know, obviously flowing
incorporated.
Through that. Yeah.
Most likely be parents, moms.
Yeah,
Mom
but like
life at 36.
Yeah.
I would love to be a mom at 36.
Yeah. By then. Yeah. So it might slow down by 36.
So
we would definitely want something not as like having appointments all day.
Yeah.
Something more relaxed.
maybe where we could bring the kids, you know.
Yeah.
Incorporate kids into our brand as well. Some
that's
way.
awesome. I think you're in the right path because, like you're saying, like you don't want to be tied down to a schedule every day. However, you're starting that, right? You have your clothes. You have other little ventures that are tied into the EE Fitness brand.
Yeah.
That when that gets a little bit more traction, that is another source of income that. Now you're less reliant on like the client stuff and the training, you know, to bring in that capital. So I think you're on that path.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a lot of work to get there. That's it.
Oh yeah. Everyone says it's nice to have money. No one ever talks about the work that it takes to get to that point.
Definitely.
So,
takes a lot of work.
And 10 years is a very long time. There's going to be a lot of changes. In 1 year, there's been so many changes.
That's what I'm looking at it. I'm like, we've done so much in a year. Can you imagine where our brand's going to be in 10 years, you know?
I want to just keep the spark. Like, I don't want it to just die down.
I think it won't. Honestly, like, I feel like we're passionate people and everything happens pretty organically. So I don't think it will.
I think if anything, I don't think it'll die down. I think though, interest starts going elsewhere.
Change shifting,
You know what I mean? So with interest shifting, you may just find yourself in like this business is still going. You know, you still mind this part of the business. However, your brain is like now on this part of that brand, or maybe a different brand while this one is still going.
Yeah,
you never know.
Definitely.
10 years is a long time.
It is a long time.
But it's good to see that at least. You know, it's in the air. It's in the thought. I like to ask that question because of that. Like, even if you're not thinking that far ahead, it's like sparking that thought like, man.
But you know what feels good? That, like, maybe if you would have asked us this probably like 2 years ago, I would have no clue. Now that you asked us this, it's like, I have an idea. So that feels awesome. Good. Yeah.
That's great.
Or maybe if you were to have asked us that, we probably would have said a studio.
Yeah, we definitely would have said.
Yeah, because we always said we wanted one. So. And now it's like, all right, we have it. Now what?
Yeah.
And so, all right. So let everybody know, like, just go ahead, tell them about the business, like where they can find you, where they can reach you.
Okay, it's eefitnessapparel.com
to purchase our apparel.
Per Whitney.
But so to physically find us, it's 811 Ridge Road, Webster, New York, 14580.
Suite 104.
Suite 104. And that's where you can find our juices, our meals, and our apparel. And on top of that, come train with us. At the moment, we're taking clients for groups, 101s, and online.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a lot of fun in there. It's like our playground.
Yeah, so you can literally come at any time. You can contact us via Instagram, _ EE Fitness. You can find us on there. Let us know when you plan on coming through, and we'll meet you there. We literally live like 5 minutes away, so we'll be able to assist you with anything that you need. And we'll come with open arms. So don't be nervous to come in. We take everyone. So
you can find boxing there. We have some weights in there.
Yeah, and it's not only for women. We are training men as well now. So.
Do they have to set up like do they have to get on an appointment and get on your schedule?
Definitely. Yeah. Like when she says just stop by, obviously you can come and have like a consultation. But we definitely do everything by appointment, especially for COVID. We can't just have people walking.
Yeah.
So we still have like some slots like on Sundays where you can stop by and like come have fun with us. But at the moment, like for 101s, we are booked. But we will be taking people in February.
Definitely.
Awesome. But ladies, that is the show.
That's it.
We've been here for like
so
3
much
hours.
That is the show. But guys, I just want to thank you ladies, obviously,
Yes,
for
of
coming
course.
by.
Thank you.
Hanging out with me. The awesome gifts. They got me a hoodie.
Yes.
You know,
we
and
spoiled
it's-
him.
Yes.
So
yes,
just to let you
definitely.
know, if you come on this show, you gotta spoil him. He
For
deserves
real,
it.
show love. Dang.
There's a lot of effort that goes into this stuff.
Exactly. He's gonna edit this. We're gonna be all over his Instagram.
For sure,
That's
for sure.
important.
But once again, thank you guys. Thank you, Whitney.
Yes,
back there.
thank
She's
you,
just
Whitney. Thank
outside.
you, Whitney.
It's so important to have a team, and they obviously have a nice tight team that keeps the cogs going, you know, and it's definitely a great brand. Obviously, like, it's all legit, feels good on the skin. The ladies are, it seems like the ladies are loving the leggings.
They
and
are. They can't
the
take 'em off.
outfits.
Men's line coming soon. We
Men's
promise.
line coming soon. Look at that. But guys, as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for checking us out. If you enjoyed this episode or any other episode, please have your friends rate and review, subscribe.
Yes, I'm
Follow us
subscribed.
now on YouTube. This is going to be thrown up on YouTube as well. And I love you guys.
Yes,
We love you
you too.
Peace.
Thanks for watching.
Welcome to the Asylum